Hi guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we'll be continuing our alternate history of the world series to part 4. And in part 2, we had Austro-Hungarian Empire collapse, and China had a civil war in part 3, I believe, but starting part 2. Yeah, part 2. Part 3, it continued, I believe. Wait, this is part 3, I think. Part 2, oh wait, that was the Great War Germany one. So yeah, it's part 4, I believe. I might be wrong, but I think that's it. Now let's go see how the Chinese Civil War ends. Because it's about 1925, 28 probably. So they moved down here. And they strengthened the front. Well, the communist China tries to push, but the only success they can have is really rural areas. Fine, that's probably not rural, but I don't know what China was like then. And a big encirclement of like 50,000 troops happened, with the victory of the Republic encircling troops after troops. The CCP is becoming more and more increasingly disorganized until it breaks into two groups. How to break into two groups? Well, it just did. So there's a group right here. These are where the fascists are coming back. But they're not doing great. But it lets the Democratic make lots of gains around Yunnan, even getting all the way to Tibet border. Their mindset is, although we made peace now, we can still retake some of the lands, not all of it. Because, well, Xinjiang and Inner Mongolia and a few other areas are under their rule. With Japan and Manchukuo wondering if they should make another offensive into China. They're waiting for the troops to get disorganized more. With it being time for the second offensive into China since the series began. Did they take land when they made Manchukuo in real life? No, but they did in the series. And they have all of this, so they are ready for their next offensive capabilities. How do they make this offensive? Well, actually, they make an offensive in the south this time to gain land out of it. Why are they making more attacks on China in this world earlier? Because China's had is in civil war, and they're taking advantage of it more so than they did in real life, I think. Well, then again, they did take advantage of it in the 1930s, but then they united together to fight as one. But it doesn't look like they're doing this now, with the CCP about to fall. With encirclement after encirclement, it looks unlikely, as they surrender over to the fascists because they're closer to their ideology, I guess. And the switch of directions from China being interesting now for the Japanese as the CCP has fallen. And yeah. But they can't really kick the Japanese out? No. But are they trying? Yes. But are they succeeding? No, they're in the midst of rebuilding and reorganizing the army. It's going to be a trouble for Japan to invade. And with China at the point where they just give up, kinda, and give Japan those lands. Not worried about it because I know in the future Japan will get its revenge. You know why they know that? Because that's the plan. And they're ready to do it. And everybody else agrees. Peace now, take later. Actions are made. And they make a great idea with it. To prove to the people they're worthy of government and ruling China, they declare war on Tibet and Yunnan. Why do they do that? To prove their power. And they have troops on both the borders. Thousands upon hundreds upon... Well, actually, there's probably 100,000 on both fronts. Yunnan has no chance of stopping them, as the north completely falls. Let's go to Tibet. As China is moving into the center of Tibet and the west of Tibet, with the fall of Yunnan coming almost instantly, Yunnan surrenders over to the Republic. But why is the Republic at war? Because people need to know why they're at war. And the people's morale is really high after this incursion. And we got a Republic China, with the U.S. not liking Mexico for some reason. It's not like there was somebody who told them to take the lands. Now, as you can see, China has taken back what it's allowed and able to. Hopefully nobody invades Afghanistan. Oh wait, they probably will. But let's go to North America for our next problem. Oh, the U.S. The U.S. is causing trouble, guys, now. And it's always the U.S., definitely. Definitely. As the U.S. hears about Mexico wanting to invade the U.S. through its spies, and Mexico has thousands of troops, so America puts 500,000 troops on Mexico's about 1,500 troops, and they declare war on them. After setting an ultimatum for Baja California that Mexico denied, which was mostly for the U.S. to have a better position. But the American people were told that they were planning to. I think there was a plan to invade Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was green or something weird. But yeah. In the desert, the Americans are having lots of success. But on the coast, that's where the actual fighting's happening. At the landing on the Yucatan Peninsula, many people are now seeing why you don't disobey the U.S.'s orders. Because you'll get crushed. As they're now across the country and headed for Mexico City, which they encircle and take. And yeah. With Mexico still resisting. With Mexico now ready for Operation Humiliation. Which they know they're falling, but Operation Humiliation is an operation to, as it sounds, to humiliate the Americans. Which, do they even know what they think they're doing? No. They managed to get to the coast on 2 areas, but the real embarrassment is their attack on American soil. America has had enough with Mexico and says, yeah, that's why we invaded, to prevent this. And then they come crashing in. No care in the world now. And they say, no more Mr. Nice Guy. And they're planning on creating a puppet state of Mexico, annexing Yucatan and Northern Area. One for only democratic nations. And will protect any nation China quickly decides to join. And then they do not too much. But let's look what is going to happen to Venezuela. Oh, no, Brazil, you didn't get war declared on. Stop acting like it. And yeah, the humor, a bit of humor here and there is always great. Even if it's out of this world humor. Ooh. But that's why humor isn't fun. Oops. But with Brazil Colombia teaming up. Colombia's goal is to reform Gran Colombia. I don't even know why I'm saying Grand Colombia. I just call it Grand Colombia, regardless of whatever it's pronounced. You can say it, but I think it's Grand Colombia, even though that's how it's spelled. And yeah, just saying. And yeah, with Brazil making pushes north, Colombia is making pushes west. With Germany joining the war and is like, hey. No, that's the Netherlands. But regardless, they joined the war. The Netherlands is probably the strongest nation, but probably not the strongest in South America. As Colombia becomes democratic, probably. No, they don't. It's harder to be an empire and democratic. With the final results being nobody's winning, but nobody's exactly lost in terms of land. They lost in terms of people, because you can't win a war. Finally being Colombia's new name, Brazil just stays Brazil, because they're not the empire of Brazil or anything foolish. Bolivia is talking to Peru, probably. And let's look at the puppets in the German pact. Well, one, Baltica has made a state into a country. So is Belarus. But Lithuania does become a country. But then Poland and Lithuania have a vote, and they vote on reforming the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. But Germany doesn't really care. It's a good ally. They have a big pact, and they're turning countries into countries just to make more power. Okay, so they're power hungry, I guess. What about you guys? Do you think they're power hungry? Well, I guess they are technically. Egypt is on the brink of not wanting to declare independence, but can't. It's the kind of situation that they can, but they want to. Like, colonies want to leave, but they're told not to leave as they need them to work together. But they could declare independence and stay in the alliance, but that's probably not going to work out. The Netherlands is getting pretty strong. Germany is strong, but I never mentioned this, but the Comintern is preparing for something big. They have lots of troops in the west. West. They have lots of troops in the west, guys. But Germany, they have like 3 million for some reason. 3 million on the border of Ukraine, Belarus, Poland, Lithuania. No, there's no border with that, but there might be. I'm not sure. Baltica and Finland. And the Ottoman Empire, they don't have many troops on, but the Ottoman Empire really is not interested in attacking them. They have enough buffer between both. But they're interested in taking back what's theirs from the Germans. But they probably won't do it as well as they want. They might take Ukraine and Belarus, succeed in that. But will they succeed in hurting Poland? No, Poland's unstoppable, I guess. But yeah, don't destroy Poland. Poland is Poland. But Switzerland is having visions of what they're seeing to this world. But they go to the alternate future. They have a vision of that. Oh, fine. They somehow find a way to get into another dimension, which is our alternate future, the world dimension. They end up time traveling to the time. They see robots are taking over. And they don't want the creation of AI. But they stole some of the technology from Switzerland there. But very little. And can they recreate it? Maybe. But would they try? I don't know. And then they went into another one where Switzerland stayed neutral. Which seems to be... And then they go into that dimension. They see Switzerland's neutral, but then robots come after them. Sad. And, well, now let's go to our actual future. They see Russia's getting routed in Ukraine. Which, yeah. So I guess they've been all over. Maybe a few vacations here and there. I don't know how they're switching dimensions. They probably have portals hidden in their territory. But they're not telling anybody about it. Which maybe is for the best. But they were. traveling into different dimensions. They even went to the alternate future of Europe series dimension, or the alternate history of Europe, went to the alternate future of Balkans, Middle East. Yep, basically all the series, I guess, are technically different dimensions, because they don't have the same actions, and they're all series. Alternate future is alternate future, but yeah. But so, we can say that Switzerland has found a way to travel between the series. Maybe that's why they're always neutral. And yeah, thank you for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe, as that would be great for the channel. Please comment, please like, please subscribe. And that's all for today's video, basically, except our 2 subscribers from our subscriber special at 750 subscribers, which means we're 52 away from our goal of 800 by August 1st. So if you could, please like and subscribe, as that's great for the channel. That's all for today's video. Wild Mapper out. But not until you subscribe.